Okay, I just wanted to do an overview of the sprinkler system and show you around. Um, this right here is going to tell you the zones. So 6 is the pond, so you don't worry about that on the machine. And then the backyard right is for the there's 3 sprinklers for the grass. You'll see it when it turns on. Zone 4 is a drip line in the back that doesn't have very much hooked up to it because I put all new tubing in. So I didn't really need it after I put it in because I saw where all the other sprinklers were hitting. But I'm going to mark that so you can see where the line is. And if you want to add something, you can. And then we got zone 3, the plants. Zone 2, the front yard main, which is the grass. Zone 1 is the backyard left, the main grass area in the backyard. So we have the machine here. I don't have it plugged in, so let me just go ahead and do that. Not going to hurt anything right now. That'll turn on the system here, and I'll come back to that in a second here. Well, I'll go through it now. It looks like it doesn't really need to set up. So you got to change the clock, and then your zones are right here to set the different minutes that you want to water, days that you want to water, and whether or not you want to do, program A, B, or both. So those are those buttons. And all the instructions are right here. It's pretty easy to use. And this is just how long you want to do each zone. So 6 I don't touch because that's a pond. What did I say? Zone 4 is the drip, so I don't even do that one. And then the others just do it I do it like 10 minutes because we get a lot of rain in the summer versus other areas of Parker. So I find you don't really need it a whole lot. But anyway, that's how you do that. To turn on the water for the outside is this one right here. And you just turn it this way, counterclockwise, and you'll hear it start going out. That's your main water shut right there. Shut off. And that's basically it for the inside. I'll just point these things out right now. Let me bring in the light here. So this, Candace's brother told me to always take this out every year. It goes in on the outside. These tend to break if you leave them in over the winter. And they're real easy to put in. I'll probably go through that just to show it later on, maybe, depending on the weather. But that's basically how it works. And then this is just the cover for it. So it's real easy to put in. This just came apart, but that's how it looks. You just plop it in, and I'll point it out to you. And that's it. So let me pause this and go outside. So this is the outside. And as you can see, I have it all taped up right now. So I'm going to untape it just because we're pretty safe about not getting any hard freezes. So let me do that real quick and then I'll point things out. Alright, so this is the last part here. Everything's unwrapped. That's everything. I kind of go overboard on this. Basically, when I shut everything down, I have all these insulation pipe fittings. They just slip on. I'm just going to leave them there for you. And then over this, I put a towel and then I tape it all up. But you don't have to do that. Probably any expert will tell you what I did as far as blowing it out and everything is just fine. But I was talking about that part, and that just slips right into that hole right there. And then you just screw it in. And then this part goes on top of the cover. So I didn't screw it in correctly, but just I wanted to show you where it goes. So that and then that. So that's it. But that is an important part to take out in the fall because they're plastic and they can break. So after you have that in, this is not going to be here. Well, I'll leave this. Just in case you want to blow it out yourself. This is the adapter. This can stay in there. That's fine, but you just hook up your compressor to this when you're blowing out your system. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. But after you screw that in, then you have the water still off inside. You put these back up and down and horizontal so that they're open at that point. And then down here I always leave this open. All of them I leave open about 45 degrees. So all you would have to do is just close this one as well before going inside to turn on the water. So I'm going to put it back at 45 because even though it's 75 today, it's not even April yet, and they say don't turn it on until Mother's Day. The only other thing you'll need to do is you'll see this screw. You just have to twist that so it's up and down, and that'll close this. Right now it's open. You'll just close that before going inside to turn on the water. Now, let's say everything's off and it's the end of the year and you're going to blow things out. You would hook up your compressor to this. And there's videos online that show this. You would already have that part in there still. And then you would just go down here. And let me get that out of the way. And you would open this up. And then each one of these is a zone. So all you would have to do is manually turn one of these on one at a time to blow it out. Now, before doing that though, let me go show you one other spot. Good, it's not covered by snow. This part right here, let me pause this for a sec. Okay, so this is still frozen because we're going through the thaw right now. But underneath this is another PVC shutoff. And right now it's open because everything's closed down. So before turning on the water, you're going to want to close this one as well. This is the water that goes up to the waterfall. Now you see it's running right now. We did the test. As long as you have water in the pond, it'll still work. But because of evaporation, you know, that water will go quickly. So that's why we have this. There's a plunger, kind of like a toilet, and I can show that in a video, that goes down as the water evaporates, and eventually it will kick on to fill that with water so that it stays at a constant level. So anyway, that's where that is, which is right there. And that's basically it. So just to review, you're going to want to put the thing in right there. I don't know what it's called. Put the cover on, put this at that up and down, this horizontal, this vertical, so this is open, that's open, and then close this, and then you're good to go inside again and turn on the water. And there's your box with all the different zones to blow out. And that is basically it. So if you have any other questions, you know, please let us know, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.